I'm back. End of week 2. Today worked on pin squats and beltless conventional deadlifts, same as last week. Rep scheme was pretty close to what I was doing last week, and weights were pretty much exactly the same. Just got an update on my shipping information for my 25-pound sets of weights, and that'll be here hopefully on Monday, if everything goes according to what the shipping information said. So that's awesome, and I'll be able to have a little bit more variation in weight hopefully by next week. But for today, didn't have any particular questions that were asked on Instagram or Facebook, so I just wanted to talk about something that I think about a bit when or at least I used to think about when I was going to the gym, and that's equipment dependency. So, there's a lot of information out that outlines why people should be wearing knee sleeves or belts, wrist wraps, squat shoes, anything. So what I find is the case with a lot of people when they start going down the strength training hole is they'll spend hundreds of dollars on equipment that really isn't necessary if you want to start training. It's gotten to the point where I've even heard people say, I really want to squat heavy, but I don't have a belt, so it's not safe for me to do so. And that's completely false. You can start training heavy if you want to without a belt. Just make sure that you're working your way up to it. Same thing with knee sleeves. A lot of people say, I have bad knees, so I need knee sleeves to train. And while knee sleeves can provide some short-term relief of pain in some people, it's not what they're for. They're just for helping you feel a bit more comfortable at the bottom of a squat. It doesn't protect your knees in any particular way, in the same way that the belt doesn't protect your back. They're just supportive devices that are used to help you lift more and feel more comfortable. It doesn't fix anything. It doesn't change the way your mechanics work on the squat, other than maybe increasing the amount of rigidity in the torso when you're bracing a bit harder against something pushing into you. But even that's just based on proprioception. You have something pushing into your belly, so you're going to have to push out a bit more if you want to stay braced. And for knee sleeves, it's just a little bit of extra compression. It doesn't change the way a squat works. So if people are starting to get into strength training, I know that's hard for most people in Newfoundland right now where gyms are closed, but if you're looking to start your training journey, or maybe you started doing bodyweight workouts and you want to get into the gym once they reopen, if you're here in the city, then really don't feel the need to handicap yourself to waiting for equipment to come in or waiting for yourself to buy this supportive equipment. It's not necessary at all. You can totally start training without it. And the other side of the coin is when people do have this equipment and they constantly use it every day, what would happen if you walked into the gym and you didn't have that equipment? Maybe you forgot your knee sleeves and your belt at home. Would you be able to work out that day, or would you have to go home and not work out that day and wait for another day when you actually remember all your stuff? If your answer is you would have to go home and wait because you can't train without that stuff, I would ask, are you dependent on it? Do you have to use this equipment to be able to progress in strength training? And, physiologically, no, you don't have to. It's external equipment. It's not you. You're the one that's doing the work. If you can trust your body to do the work and you're willing to auto-regulate, meaning that if you can't lift as heavy without the equipment, then maybe you should be willing to change the weight and rep range or just the workout for that day so you'll be able to complete it because you're there in the gym that day. If you have to go home and change into equipment before you come back, that's a dependency, and it's really at that point, are you the one that's doing most of the work, or is it the equipment? Just something I want to talk about because I find that that's a big barrier to entry for a lot of people that's artificially created when we build these narratives around pieces of equipment that we really don't need. Anyways, thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys next week.